Hi, my name is Mila. Welcome to Wood Monkey Tarot. You need to start claiming your happiness without feeling guilty about it. And today, there's a spirit guide coming forward who wants to give you compliments. And these compliments are going to emphasize this lesson because we have the Nine of Cups out here as the spirit guide. And this spirit guide is about emotional fulfillment. It talks about wish fulfillment. This spirit guide is here to teach you that you don't have to feel guilty about getting what you want. You do not have to feel guilty about it, and they want to embrace you for how magical you are. They want to help guide you towards this new path because you might get a little lost in the dream state, in the dream realms. Cancerian energy is coming forward a lot recently, but also Pisces energy, where I think you were a very sensitive kid, because I had lyrics coming forward from Cool Cat Queen, and these very specific lyrics came to mind. You used to be a mean kid, making such a big deal out of life. You were wishing and hoping and waiting to really hit the big time. But did it happen? Did it happen? No, you're speeding too fast. Slow down, slow down. So that is a whole story in itself. You might resonate with being very aloof as a child, or just, you were a dreamer and people couldn't really recognize that in you. So maybe you got bullied. So maybe you felt like you needed to defend yourself. Or you were just a truth speaker is also what's coming forward. A truth speaker from a young age. And that's why people thought you were mean, because you were just saying what was in front of everyone. And you were just the only one that was honest enough to address the elephant in the room. Because you saw it, like you already understood things about life that other people from your age group, your childhood, were still exploring and learning to understand. I'm getting old soul energy from that, and you could have been very much dreaming about the wishes you had, dreaming about the life you wanted to live. And now that wish fulfillment is getting scary close. Everything you want is very close to it, to what it is you get. And the thing is, maybe in your childhood you got bullied or mistreated because you had these big dreams and because you were expressing that. Maybe you have a wound of losing people. Once you start focusing on where you want to go, once you start making changes that feel good for you, people start nagging, hating, being reluctant, some even sabotaging you. That is the energy that I am getting. And if it's not that, it's just them projecting that you're mean, when in fact you were just wiser for your age. You just knew better. And you weren't going to hold back because you're a kid. You're just going to say what you think, right? And you made a big deal out of life because you knew from a young age what you wanted for yourself. You knew you wanted freedom. You knew the things you were just speeding. It's like you already knew where you wanted to go, so you went there with a quick pace, and most people couldn't keep up. But you were you were mirroring that growth to these people, so they started projecting onto you because, well, you showed that you can do it if you put in the work, and they were not putting in the work, so they couldn't feel comfortable in the victim mindset they put themselves in. So they're like, I don't like you anymore because you only care about yourself and you're mean and da 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 da. If you resonate with that, welcome to this goddamn reading. That was a long intro, but it needed to be said. So, the spirit guide that is coming forward today is the Nine of Cups, which is basically the wish bringer. This is the guide that wants to reassure you and say, your emotional wishes, your the emotional fulfillment that you're looking for, the abundance that you're looking for, it is valid and it is all yours. And you shouldn't feel guilty to go for what it is you want. 511 on my timer, and you might resonate with recently really, or just in general, having a period of your life where you're really struggling to just kind of have this radical gratitude for what you already have, because your system, your DNA is so used to not getting what you want because there were so many forces working against you. And whenever you did pursue what it is you wanted, you would get backlash for that. So it doesn't necessarily feel safe for you to lean into this wish, to lean into all this beauty and abundance coming into your life. The things you want are coming to fruition. And it's just, the spirit is here to tell you it is safe to receive that. And you know, this wish could come in the form of a person who's actually loyal to you. It could come in the form of a career that actually feels fulfilling and safe for you without getting exploited. Or a business that a person, you know, your own business that's finally growing. That's, you need to trust it's not just going to collapse. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, this wish is meant for you. And this guide is just here to compliment you because you've done the work. They really just want to embrace you and tell you it's safe to receive this thing. And I just think that is beautiful. Like, you could resonate with making yourself really warm, comforting meals recently, because this guy generally just comes through as a gentle, warm communicator. So you might just see synchronicities like this where you feel more at ease, or you're starting to kind of connect with that energy a bit more. That is this guide. This guide is here to help you vibrate on that energy level, which is very interesting. I want to get one more card. Who is this guide, spirit? Actually, yeah, let's get one more card. Who is this guide? We have the Temperance. Exactly. It is about balancing the scale. It is about patience, peace, filling your own cup. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. I don't use it that often, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. And I do feel like the collective recently has been going through quite some extremes. Emotional upheaval. And I think it's very important to ground. And I think these spirits are helping you to ground, because I was also, as I grabbed my sage, I was also very attracted to this red jasper stone, which is about grounding and connecting to the earth more. And you know, the Temperance as a spirit guide is about divine alchemy. It's about transforming these hardships into peace for yourself. Because without having experienced turmoil, how could you know what peace feels like, right? It is all about balancing the scales of dark and light. How can you know what is light when you don't know what dark is, right? And this is something that has been coming through in the collective a lot. There's this trickster energy, a positive divine trickster who comes in to give you hardships so that you learn, transmute, alchemize these things so that you can create peace and stability in your life with a solid foundation, which is you. You're the foundation. Right, I hope that makes sense. This is just about divine healing. This guide is here to heal you, to make you feel loved and comforted in this energy. These guides are amazing. They're really just here to embrace you. Okay, so let's see. How are these guides currently perceiving you? That's what I want to know. And I'm going to use my character deck for that. So how are these guides perceiving you, and how do they want to compliment you? How are these guides perceiving you? Okay, we already have kind of one coming out here. But I want to shuffle a bit more, because I haven't used this deck in a while. Let's see. How are these guides perceiving the collective at this time? Okay, we have Elsa coming out. Yeah. It's like you're afraid of your own power. You are so extremely strong, but you're scared of your own power. And, you know, you've been an outcast all your life. It is time for you to, you're coming to a point of self-acceptance. But I am stumbling over my words here. Yeah, it's not that you're scared of your own power, because that's why I'm stumbling. I feel resistance to it because it's not true. You're not scared of your power. You've actually learned to embrace it. And maybe you still are in the process of doing 1100 on my timer. Exactly. You are in the process of complete self-acceptance. And you've gotten to a point in your cycle where you're really in complete alignment with that. I just saw 1111 on my timer as well. It's that Aquarius energy. You're innovative, different, just inherently different than everyone around you. You are here to serve the world, and you are here to complete your mission. And your guides, again, want to say how proud they are of you. That's why this wish fulfillment is here for you now. You're authentic, you're self-aware, and you're liberated. That is what this card says. You are liberated from the constructs of our society, because you just decided to do your own thing, to be a lone wolf and go your own path. And they admire that deeply. It is absolutely beautiful. You have embraced your identity. You have embraced who you are. What else? How do these spirits want to compliment you? Again, Aquarius is coming through. I'm telling you, I did a reading on TikTok the other day, and there was heavy Aquarius energy coming through. There's also Neptunian energy coming through. We've got Luke Skywalker. Guys, I've never pulled this card before. I made this deck like 3 months ago. I have never pulled this card before. You are literally the main character of the whole saga, of the whole galaxy. like that is the vibe. You're hopeful, you're courageous, you're compassionate towards those around you, which is a very commendable trait to have compassion for those around you. You know, you're unbound. Again, you're not restricted. We have the Joker out here. You're not restricted by the construct of our society. Like I said, you literally prove to the people around you that the boxes we put ourselves in, we keep ourselves in there. Nobody else is stopping us from staying in there except ourselves. But we tend to blame the patriarchy, the this, the das, the do, the business, the collapse of the economic shit. I'm kind of fumbling that, but the economy and stuff like that. You know, we tend to project our restrictions on the outside forces, when really we have freedom if we decide we have it. If we decide to move with our autonomy. We are not restricted by anything except our own minds. And of course that is a little nuanced, because not everywhere in the world I can say that confidently and it being true. I mean, there is nuance to this world. But to those watching this video, I think you understand where I'm coming from when I say that. Because of course there's, you know, I don't have to go into a whole rant about our society and how it is on the brink of freaking collapse and how unfair it's all kind of going. I don't have to explain that to you. But you understand that you're perceptive, you're disruptive, you can see through the veil. That is basically the point here. And you know, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It is the planet of growth, abundance. And Sagittarius is also a sign of discovery, exploration, doing new things. So I'm just getting a sense that you have grown so much over the course of this journey. I mean, look at Luke Skywalker. He used to be this little boy, very naive, kind of gullible, I want to say, and he learned so much wisdom in a short amount of time because of the crazy journey that he's been on, right? And he's never lost his compassion. He's never gone over to the dark side. He stayed true to his destiny, to his essence, which is exactly what you're doing as well. 1616 on my timer. And you know, I'm also getting Jupiter with Aquarius because we do have 2 Aquarius out here. So if you have that placement, if you do have your Aquarius in Jupiter, if you don't, that's also fine. In general, I'm just getting an idea that this collective is very innovative. You tend to ask, how can we make this world a better place? Like, genuinely, how can we expand? How can we grow? How can we think differently? Aquarius is also a sign of community. It's about thinking outside of convention. You know, it's about looking where we're gonna go beyond in the future. Luke Skywalker really did that. He really did blow that Death Star to shit. He did that shit. And ain't nobody else could have done it. You know what I mean? Like, you just move differently. And everybody kind of looks up to you because of that. And your spirit team wants to compliment you because of that. Because not everybody has what it takes to continuously believe that we can make the world a better place. Like, not everybody has the vigor, resilience, or vision, especially the vision to see where we can move in the future. Like, you might be interested in technology, psychology, or just in general, like spirituality, obviously, and how the new earth is going to look like. How can you contribute to that? And this is what spirit, your guides are saying, is like, do you realize how commendable that is? Do you see how extremely beautiful and like courageous, powerful that is? 1818 on my timer. I'm telling you, you're so good at co-creating your reality with the universe. You are like the Midas touch. Everything I touch turns to gold. Ah, sugar. That's the song I'm just hearing. It's like everything you touch, every person you meet, every experience you create is undeniably abundant, transformative, sensational, show-stopping. like that's the energy. That is the goddamn energy. And spirit wants to commend you because you do actually genuinely bring that abundant, prosperous, beautiful, loving, vibrant energy everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you bring that with you. And the universe thanks you for it. They genuinely do thank you for that. How do these guides that are coming forward as the 9 of Cups and the Temperance perceive the collective? Ooh. How do they perceive the collective, and how do they want to compliment them, spirit? Okay. Interesting. Let me see if I can get some clarification on that. this supposed to be in reverse, Spirit? Upright or reverse? No, that's an upright. Yeah, we got the Emperor falling on Luke Skywalker. So you take initiative. You make things happen. You are a leader. You are definitely the hero of the story. You are on a hero's journey. And I'm getting shivers everywhere. You are like, and not just a leader of in a job title or whatever. No, I'm talking worldly leader. I'm talking energetic front runner of the new earth. Ooh, and I'm getting shivers all over my back as I say that. You're literally the front runner. Like, it's giving Aries energy. The first initiator. You are one of the few people who are genuinely going to make shit happen in the next few decades. And that is crazy. And also, I am picking up on that these guides here that are coming through, right? Because we do have this man hugging her. And I'm just getting that, like, they want to provide for you. 2122. These guides literally want to provide for you like a father would. Give you everything you deserve. The abundance, the stability, the prosperity, everything. Because you deserve it. You're that pioneer. You need that stable system around you to keep going. And they are going to provide that for you so that you can literally keep going. They want to, like, pamper you. Okay, how does these spirit guides want to complement the collective? Okay. Upright or reverse, Spirit? Upright. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. Yeah, it's like, again with the mermaid, there's just an energy of you protecting your childlike wonder, is what I just heard. 2221 on my timer. Protecting your childlike wonder. You have this wonderful, youthful energy, and they want you to protect it. They're going to protect that. It's very commendable how friendly you are to everyone around you, how generous you are to everyone around you. And I'm also getting a message with the lily pads. It's like you have genuinely grown so large. You have come a long way from the mud you've been in, from the muddy waters. You see that flower in the back? That big ass flower? That's you. That's how large you've been growing over the course of this lifetime. It's very commendable, again. Now, for the last few cards, the last few compliments for the collective, just to help you feel a little bit better going through your day, I want to get from my other deck. I want to see a little bit what the advice is, how to keep moving in alignment, because I feel like I'm talking to a collective that's actually in very good alignment with their purpose right now. And essentially, your purpose is about feeling fulfilled, right? That is the sole purpose of being a human. Don't get it twisted. Don't think you got to be doing all this, all that, all this. No. Essentially, to the core, your purpose is to enjoy your existence. Okay, let's get it straight. Don't stress. Because I know my Aquarians be stressing. If we look at the state of the world, I know my Aquarians are going a little crazy, trying to fix everything and thinking about the solution. Anyways, let's see. How do these guides want to help motivate you? I've been talking about this balance. I made this deck with my friends. I'm so grateful for them. Yin Yang. day and night. Dualities exist also within you. Embrace your shadow with the same love as your light. And this is what we were talking about earlier as well. It's like you have huge contradicting forces within you. One side of you wants to give it all up and say goodnight and just embrace your shadow and live in it. And another part of you wants to shine brighter than anything anyone has ever seen before. It is about embracing both. Learning that your shadow is there to help you make waves. It is there to be your engine, motivator. It is there to give you wisdom, power, drive, resilience. Work with it, not against it. Embrace it and have grace. Have grace towards it. Because that shadow is going to be there. The lightest of light beings are going to have the darkest of the darkest shadows. That's just the way it is. Okay. What else, Spirit? Ooh. We've got Hagalas, the storm. This is exactly what I've been preaching. It is about, let me just read it to you. Even the fiercest storm gives way to clear skies. What falls away makes space for what belongs. So what lesson is hidden within this challenge? That is basically the prompt that I created for this card. So again, this is talking about how is your shadow challenging you to be better? How is your shadow challenging you to change, to innovate, right? It's about a needed disruption. And I keep hearing, change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. You want to make the world a better place? Take a look at yourself and make that change. I love that song so much. Sorry. I had to geek out for a minute. Okay. So again, you are in the storm. And you might feel very restless, powerless, tired, scared. You might get rushes of anxiety. But I always use the prompt of like, these are just essential symptoms. Mila, you're going to be okay. I talk to my younger self. I'm like, girl, I got this. Don't stress out. I meditate immediately when I get that rush of anxiety. If I have the opportunity, right? If I'm not out in public somewhere. I sit down and I confront it. I confront my shadow. I confront my wounds. And it works. You'll like get across the barrier so much faster if you just do it. like I was stuck for such a long time with certain shadow aspects that I kept betraying myself in ways that just didn't serve my highest good. And when I actually decided to just sit down and meditate, like it only took me a couple days to sit with it. Yes, are those days excruciating? Are those days absolutely horrifying? Yes, but then you get over it and you are able to move forward with so much more confidence and drive surrounding your journey. So it's really just about taking that first step and sitting with it. One more. Last card, please. I cannot make it up. I am going to yell. I'm going to scare all my neighbors. I literally want to yell. Aquarius. Your uniqueness becomes a gift once you stop apologizing for it. And I'm telling you, that is it. That is the message of this reading. This is the lesson you've been learning all your life, especially if you have strong Aquarius placements. You don't have to be an Aquarius. You don't have to be. You could just resonate with this message in general. but there is definitely a large childhood wound regarding not being understood, not being seen, because you're just a weirdo and you see through the veil. Once you embrace that uniqueness, you thrive because you have a grand vision. Make it happen. Do the thing. Speak your truth. And also, very important for Aquarius is nurture your freedom. Don't let anyone or anything or any social construct make you feel like you need to show up for others, because you're just going to dim yourself that way. Because an Aquarius thrives when alone. It thrives being independent. It thrives in its freedom. So don't fall into the pattern of, I'll go to that party, I'll go to this thing because I want to be there for my friends, and the sacrifice of community is inconvenience or whatever. No. You thrive when you do things by yourself. I'm not saying you need to be alone forever. I'm not saying be lonely. I'm saying prioritize what makes you happy. Prioritize what actually makes you feel free, and don't conform because society tells you to. Okay? Okay. Thank you so much for being here and watching this reading. Let me know in the comments, please, if you do have Aquarius placements, because I'm very curious to know. And how this reading resonated. Again, the astrology aspect doesn't have to align. I would be just very curious to know your story, what you've been going through recently, or just if you have anything on your mind, please let us know in the comments and connect with me. You can always book a personal reading through the link in the description of this video. I do quick energy readings it's a 15-minute private YouTube video for 22 euros. That's like the best deal ever. So go get it, because I don't know how long I'm gonna be offering that. Go get it. I also do other types of readings, by the way. I do like spirit team readings, ancestor readings, and yeah, I just love doing those kinds of readings with you guys because I get to meet so many cool guides, and yeah, I'm just very excited to keep working with you all and expand this community and create a little loving family on this platform. And yeah, I will see you in the next reading. Good luck.